Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. Today I'm doing a little something different. Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome new subscribers. Thanks to each and every one of you, whether you are here for books or crafting. I appreciate each and every one of you and your support. So, I was approached to do this collaboration for the Peace of God Bible study. And what it is there's a nice big team of creators, which I will link all of them down in the description box below. And it's a Bible study, but along with this Bible study, we are crafting. We're going to make journals with these beautiful kits. Esther and Diane are the ones who got this collaboration together, and they have Etsy shops, and I will link to those also. And there is a code, Peace of God 20, expires on the 31st of May, and you can get a discount and get these kits that we're going to be using for these journals that we are making. There is a hashtag called Faith Friday, so if you click on the hashtag, you will be able to see all these creators and what they're making for this collaboration. So, we're going to follow you're going to follow step by step everything that I do, and maybe you want to join along and make your own Peace of God journal. When this is completed, I've already decided that I am going to host another giveaway because the last giveaway was so much fun. And so we're going to use this one as a giveaway as well. When it's something that I'm doing for faith, and God related, I just want to give somebody the opportunity to not have to buy it, but, try and enter the giveaway and maybe they could win it. So anyway, I am going to start right now. We're going to start with our cover. I'm going to just go with my old standard, and I've already cut my pieces here. I'm going with a 9x6 journal. I got my fabric picked out, so in today's video, we are going to complete the cover. So feel free to follow along. Let me know in the comments if you do follow along, because I'd really like to know. And let's just have some fun with this. Okay, so we're going to start with our TYC tape. I put new paper down, but I might have to pick this up doing the tape because it's going to pull at this paper. I know it's a little too late trying to protect my pad now because it's pretty much in shambles and ruined. But we're going to move this for now. Okay, and disregard all my glue and everything on here, you guys, because it is a mess. Alright, so we're going to start with our cover. Like I said, 9x6. So, first we're going to start with this one, and I'm going to try and stay in frame. You guys know at this point, I've mentioned enough how bad I am with actually staying in frame. This one looks like it's a little bent. It's going to be... Let's work this way so I can actually see what I'm doing. Sorry for the lighting, you guys. I'm in front of my window. I opened the curtain a little bit to maybe stop the shadows from my overhead light, but I don't know if that's doing the trick or not. Okay, so I got so many projects going on, you guys. It's not even funny. So we're going to make sure we get this where we want it. That looks good, I guess. Okay, we're going to get our masking tape because you guys know I like to start with the masking tape. Make sure that I have everything in position before I put that TYC tape on, because like I told you before, that TYC tape is nearly impossible to get off of your chipboard. Okay, so we're going to put one at the top, and we're going to put one at the bottom. And I like to cut it because when I tear my masking tape, I tear it all weird and wonky. And I don't like trying to get it to match up again so it comes off on whole strips. Okay, now we're going to the TYC tape. TYC tape is one of my favorite tools to use for making my journal covers because I like to make them from scratch. Very seldom do I not make one from scratch. This way I can have it exactly the way I want it. Now this journal is going to have 2 signatures and a 2-inch spine. That's kind of the rule I stand by. 1 inch for 1 signature, 2 inch for 2, and so on and so on. Okay, let's turn that over. I do have a tutorial also on doing these cloth covered journals, which is the same process. See how sticky it is? It's very, very sticky and nearly impossible to get off your chipboard. Yet, it's very strong at the same time, so it makes great covers. Okay, there's our first one. Okay, so now we're going to attach this one. And I try to keep them to look about the same because I don't want it to be all wonky. And that one was just about to tear the rest of the tape off there, crooked. This is just to kind of hold it in place for me. You don't have to do this part of it. I just like to have that security there. And this TYC tape lasts forever. And I make the long pieces like that because it's just extra sturdiness if it goes up over the sides. And I like that idea, so that is why I make it longer than what, you know, I need. Okay. One more and we got the tape done. Now you don't have to go up over the sides like I'm doing. You can just go from here to here. That's all up to you. That didn't go on very straight. I wasn't even paying attention. That's okay though, because it's going to be covered up. Okay, there we go. We got both of them done. We got a 2-inch spine. 9x6 is the size of our journal. Okay, so the next thing that we do is, we put that away. Less stuff on my table, the happier I am. First, we're going to take and move this back. This is just packaging paper, you guys. I should have used this a long time ago because it would have saved my table a lot of distress. Okay, so what we're going to do now is get our felt pieces and put those on because I want it to be a padded cover. Okay, we've got our felt ready. And all I do with the felt is I just do a generalization of 9x6 and then we'll have to trim. I think I've mentioned that before. And also, I'm not totally happy with this felt. I ordered this felt off of Amazon. The last felt that I had was from Hobby Lobby and it was much thicker. And it didn't stretch as much. This stuff really stretches a lot, and I really don't like that. But we're going to make do with what we got here. So, I've got my spine here, and then I got both of my sides. And what I just did, like I said, I measured them out, cut them with some scissors, and now we're going to go ahead and glue them on. So the next step is Fabri-Tac. That is probably my favorite glue to use for, you know, a lot of projects. One, it's very forgiving, and I need that with glue because I don't like when I can't reposition something. So we don't need a whole lot of glue for this, just to put this felt on. So we're going to start with the edges. I'm going to go all the way, and you're only going to glue just close enough to where your folds are for your between your spine and your cover. And if you have to trim, that is fine. So we're going to line this up. Don't go past your fold. That's a whole nother can of worms there. So we want to make sure we don't go past that. As you can see, it's already stretching. But boy, someone is just busy. Okay. And we will trim all this when we get to that point. We're not going to do the spine yet. We're going to go over here and do this side. Hope I'm staying in frame. I am the worst with that. And those of you who've seen my videos probably know that. Okay. We're going to put this on, and then you guys give me a minute, and I'm going to check my messages. Okay. We are on. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, so we got these glued on. So what we're going to do now is trim the edges, and yeah, look at how straight that is. But that's fine. We're going to trim it. If it's not too far over, you don't really have to because it will just wrap around with your fabric, but we are going to trim it off. So we're going to trim off this extra that's hanging on. It doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, it's going to be covered with the fabric. And we're going to trim this part here. Okay. And our crooked one here, we're going to trim. I actually think my felt is stretching. It stretches every time you push on it. The Hobby Lobby, it stretches a little bit when you're working with it, but not like this stuff does. This stuff really stretches, and it's very clingy. Okay, so we got the right and left cover. Now we're going to put on our piece for this. And you should have a nice close fit. You don't want this to really overhang. I mean, like I said, the cloth's going on there, so you don't have to be perfect on this. So now we're going to just put some glue here and one strip up the center of that cardboard. And let's get that on. Yeah, I can just watch it when it was 9 and it comes out off the top of it. But I like to have it. It's cheaper than buying batting. Okay, so there is this part. Now we're going to put on our fabric. I chose a really pretty fabric. And I'm not going to iron this one because with the felt on there, it really kind of stretches out and you don't really see the wrinkles and stuff in it. It just depends on my mood if I'm going to iron or not, but I don't think this was not folded really tightly, so I think our lines will be okay. Now, the good thing about having the felt on here is that your fabric does not move when we do this next step, because you don't have to sew. Well, we got lots of this hanging on here. You don't have to sew anything, and I know a lot of people don't like to sew or can't sew. My sewing machine's broke, as I told you before, so I'm doing the gluing method, and it's actually very simple and easy. Now, I know you've seen a lot of people when they're doing their covers that they like to cut the angles, and I will do that occasionally, but I've really been liking just putting my fabric up here and gluing the corners first, especially when you have a thinner fabric like this one is. So the best way to do that is to get your fabric up and, you know, have it as squared as you can get it. And what I do is I just draw lines on here around the fabric so I know where my glue is going. And also I can use that, you know, to make sure I get it in the right spot. So you don't need a whole lot of glue on this because it really sticks well to the fabric. And just line it up with those lines and you should have it okay. And we're going to do the same over here. You know, you just don't want it to be wonky like this. So just get it as squared as you can. And mark. And, you know, it adheres almost right away, so it's really not a difficult procedure. And if you just keep them lined up like this, then, you know, it's going to look better. Okay. It's hard for me sitting here and doing those top ones. I don't get my lines as straight. Okay, so now we are going to do our long sides first, and then we'll wrap up our short sides. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put one strip right up against the edge of the book. You know what I should have done was measured this first. So let's get our lines on here first. That's so I know where to put the glue. I used to put it on the fabric the whole way across, but I stopped doing that. And now we got stuff hanging on my glue bottle. So pull it up and get it as tight as you possibly can. Okay? You're going to be happier if you've got a nice, tight fit there. Let me get a towel over here and clean up the top of this bottle because I got threads and stuff hanging on it now. Okay, so now we're going to turn this around. We're going to do this first this time. And you don't have to do this. If you can trust yourself to not glue beyond it, then that's good. I just know what my ability is, and I sometimes tend to get carried away with the glue. Now you can also spread this out if you want to do this number, you can do that too. Because we don't want our glue to seep through and be seen, but there's going to be papers on this inside. Okay. Now, you're probably not going to see this part because you won't be able to see this bottom one, but it's the same process, you guys. You're just going to glue along that seam. Do your measuring if you want to do your measuring, and then glue. Which I didn't do the measuring on that one because I actually didn't think about it at the time. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. And let's do the measuring this time. It doesn't matter really how much fabric you have here on, you know, your edges, but you don't need a whole lot. Like I have a little bit of extra, I feel like, but it'll be okay. Like I said, you're going to have paper covering all this anyway. Oh, we need to glue there and there. Okay, and we're going to bring that one up. Like I said, get it as tight as you can. Okay, so there's that. Now what we're going to want to do here is clean our bottle off first of all. You see these lips that aren't glued, you're going to want to go in there and glue those down. It makes it easier for your paper to adhere. I'm going to use my little spatula here because it tends to stick less to that than it does to your fingers. I don't want it stuck. You know what? We didn't get this right here. Okay. This one just needs a little bit. Well, that came out fast that time. And if you don't like this to be over on top of that, you can always cut that off. I don't really worry about it, like I said. We're going to cover that with our papers as soon as I decide what's going on the inside. I want something that's not too busy because we've got a floral pattern here. So I'm going to want I want something that's not overly busy. So probably more like a plain print of some kind. Okay, so, and another reason I like to do it this way and just leave the fabric folded is you got really clean edges for one, but it also helps when you're putting on your corners. So I'm going to grab the corners and that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so I've got these gold in my jar here. I really don't want these little tiny ones. I think those are really tiny. I bought a mix of them. And I go through corners really fast. I'm kind of thinking these waffle style ones are pretty, aren't they? These are really pretty ones. I think we're going to go with those. What do you guys think? I think those are really pretty. Okay, I'm going to go with those. Since this is going to be a purple and a gold kit, I'm not going to use these bronzed ones. Okay, let's use the gold ones. And I'm going to say it again, you guys know I have a love-hate relationship with book corners. I'm having a love-hate relationship with this jar right now. Okay. So, what I do first with these corners, let me get my handy-dandy pliers here. And do I have, you know what? I think I'll just use this spare piece of felt. Okay. What I like to do is I like to put just a little bit of glue on the inside. It helps secure it. Don't glob it on there because it comes squirting out. And so we're going to put this on the end. I hope you guys can see. And we're really wanting to get it a really nice fit on there so that we can get these pressed down. So what I've been doing with these, they seem a little more pliable, is I've been pressing them. Oh, not these. These ones, there's no pressing. Okay, we're going to have to use the tool. Okay, I think it's on there pretty good. That glue helps. So we're going to take our felt and we're going to put it over top of it like this. And then we're going to push and press. Okay, that one did pretty good. I think I like these ones. Okay, now we're going to go on this side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to push and press. And it seems like it came out pretty nice. It's on there pretty good. Okay, now for the next one. These I can only like put a dot in there. I can't even like move it along the edge very well. Okay. That one needs a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that one did pretty good too. On to the next one. Okay, the corners are all on. I didn't figure you guys had to sit and watch the rest of them. These were pretty easy to do because they have those teeth on them. This one looks like it could use a little bit more pressure on there. I'm getting a little bit better at doing the corners, but I love them, but I hate doing them. Anyway, I was saying these got the little teeth, so it helps it grip a little bit better. But yeah, you guys, there's our cover ready to go. And I've got a little thing that I'm going to add to this when it's finished. You guys know I don't do the cover until after I complete the journal. So our next episode will be getting these papers in the center and finishing this up, and then we'll go on from there, you guys. So let me know down in the comments below if you were going to follow along and make this and go on this Piece of God journey with all these fantastic creators, and maybe, you know, draw a little closer to God and have a little peace in your life. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.